I'm just tired in general. I'm tired of the IPL. I'm tired from driving back from France. I'm just tired.
Tired of getting out on a stupidly bad.
I'm tired of going out to a slow bouncer. Sorry,
Hello, and welcome back to the Cricket Nerds podcast. We're back together again. It's all three of us. Way!
Yeah.
It's incredible. We'd love to have everyone back together. How are you boys? How have you been getting on?
I am absolutely excellent, thank you. Yeah, played a bit of cricket today. We lost, so that was great. But other than that, some good IPL happened. How about you, Zach? How you doing, mate?
Yeah, pretty good. Again, good IPL games today. It's really messing up the table. As an RCB fan, I'm pooing myself. It's not looking great. But yeah, let's just get into this. First game, Chennai Super Kings versus Gujarat Titans, and they played as we'd expect, given where they are on the table. Both teams. CSK's batting, it was smelly batting pretty much the whole way through. Ruturaj Gaikwad was the only one who was offering any resistance, hence his slow strike rate. But yeah, Devon Conway, he's had two good innings this IPL. That's about it.
Three.
There we go. Moeen Ali he's not providing the power that they want him to provide at the top of the order. Shivam Dube, duck, not great. Dhoni wasn't able to finish things. The only person who actually looks pretty good is Jagadisan, who is a youngster a bit of Indian talent who's coming through. But whether he can do that consistently or not, we're yet to see. But 133 for 5, it's just not enough for the Wankhede. You need 150 plus, really. And
I think
it was good for the Gujarat bowlers, really.
Yeah, the only thing that really pulled it back for Chennai's batting today was the 5th and 6th over, where Moeen and Gaikwad attacked Yashtal and Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan went for 17 in his first over, and that was generally just Moeen Ali just going after him. But aside from those bad 2 overs, the rest of the Gujarat bowlers really turned it around, especially the pacers. I don't know what you thought about those guys.
I thought they bowled very well. Mohammad Shami, once again, just showing his class. That's something I've really enjoyed this IPL, actually, has been when some of the really good test match pacers, so the likes of Mohammad Shami and what's the other one? Josh Hazlewood, and Tim Southey as well. They just they occasionally force these specialist T20 batsmen into playing test match innings and to going out in test match manners, and it's so entertaining. Mohammad Shami was so tight; he was bowling at such a difficult length, and he was very economical. Took 2 wickets, and they were very good wickets. And he's just it's something very entertaining, and it just shows the sheer class of him. And then Hardik Pandya back. He only bowled 2 today, but very tight, only 4 and over, and he just shows how much he offers with the ball. I thought Yash Dayal, he was the victim of just sort of being targeted. I think it's sort of the modern game. You kind of expect to one of the bowlers to get targeted, and it's up to them to sort of cope with that pressure. And then other than that, sort of Alzari Joseph again, he just bowls so fast, very, very impressive. So it was tight. It was tight from Gujarat, and we've known for a while that they've got a brilliant bowling attack. We said that right at the start, but again, they've got this uncanny ability to win games.
It was pretty poor, and the Gujarat batters didn't really look troubled in chasing it down, even though they took it to the 19th over. I think that was just that 20th over, sorry. They were just batting sensibly. And I mean, it was all about today, Rhythm and Saha. Like, he just looked so good today. Like, he is such a class act with the bat. And I think Gujarat really underutilized him at the start of their campaign. And when they were losing a few games in the middle, it was when they sort of brought Saha in, they started winning again. Because he is just such a good player. Like, he's a player that makes it look, he scores so effortlessly. I've said this about him in a previous podcast, but he's got such a good technique and he's got such good batting class that he scores so quickly. And it's like suddenly, and I've said it a bit before, like, he's got 20 off like 10 balls, and like, you don't know how that's happened. When they face a little bit of difficult bowling today, I mean, Saha was the one who was able to steer the ship. The new Sri Lankan CSK bowler, Pathirana, I think is how you say his name. We might talk about him in a bit later, but basically the new Malinga. That's all I'm going to say about him. But he saw him off and didn't fall to him like Gill and Pandya did. But yeah, I mean, he really stood out. He anchored that innings and allowed the other players to play cameos around him to make, you know, quite a decent looking chase and pull that off. I mean, yeah, it was, and in the end, it seemed like it was quite an easy victory for Gujarat. Would you say that?
Yeah, definitely. It was a walkover, really, and I think that's based on how well Gujarat bowled. They set it up for Rhythm and Saha, because if you think when you're chasing 130, 140, those can sometimes be quite difficult chases, especially when the other team bowls well. Chennai didn't bowl badly. They bowled good lines and lengths. No one really took much tap. And I think, but Saha is the sort of batsman who loves these sorts of chases. He's built for these sorts of innings, which just guide the team home. And Patharan looked really good. I'm excited to see what he does in the tournament. I'm sure Malinga over at Rajasthan is thinking, let's get him for us at some point. Let's do a little bit of a trade. Very easy victory for Gujarat, not troubled, and just extending their lead at the top of the table. So we come on to see the Rajasthan game versus the Lucknow Supergiants, and Rajasthan, they put up a very decent score. But I think it wasn't. I think Lucknow made it easy for them in the end, but we can't take away anything from their batting. James, you want to mention their batting?
Yes. So once again, Josh Butler falls cheaply. And the sort of recipe for Rajasthan is if Josh Butler doesn't excel, they can sometimes struggle. But Yashavi Jaiswal, now that he's been called back to the team, he's put his hand up and he batted brilliantly for his 41. Also, Samson playing a classic Samson innings is what we come to expect, where he hits 30 and then goes out. Like,
Can relate.
Yeah. he can't seem to play a long innings anymore, which you really need it from Samson at this stage of the tournament. You know, he's got the class, he just doesn't have the attention span, I guess. I don't know. Padikal, absolutely brilliant for his 39, a strike rate of over 215. And then, yeah, just everybody hit at a strike rate of over 100 apart from Josh Butler. Everybody just did what they needed to. Like Jimmy Neesham and Rian Parag kind of did okay. And then Ravi Ashwin and Trent Bolt, just brilliant. Like, they was batting all the way down, and they managed to recover from that early sort of disaster of Butler going out.
I'm so confused today about what Lucknow were doing. Like, it was just ridiculous. Like, fair enough, Moichin Khan, right? He was given 4 overs, but he's bowled well in the past. He's a decent death bowler, and he was bowling some of the hard overs this game. But he's going at an economy of over 10. You've got Chamira also going on an economy of over 10. Fair enough, only bowls 3 overs. Then you've got Avesh Khan and Jason Holder both who were going for just over sixes, not bowling their full quota of overs. Like, Avish Khan had one left, Jason Holder had two left, and instead, Big Storm with a big groin was given one and got tonked for 15. Like,
I'm not sure how I feel about that nickname.
You came up with it.
Marcus Groiners.
It was your nickname, Groinus. I actually quite liked AS Badoni bowling today. He was okay. And then Cronell was looking okay. But, like, what are they doing? I just feel like Kara Hall today just didn't really know what he was doing. We're just saying, yeah, you have a go, mate. See what you can do. Try and knock him over. But, like, realistically, like, give Jason Holder 2 more overs. Give Avesh Khan an over. Unless Holder's injured, which I don't know if he was or not, but I was just really puzzled today by their bowling. Like, they just seemed to give all the wrong people the wrong overs, which I think leaked a few more runs than they should have, which allowed Rajasthan to bowl very tightly and restrict them to that score. Deepak Hooda stood out to me. What do you make of his innings, Zach?
Well, he was the only one who really put up a fight. I guess Stoinis did all right as well.
Groinus,
yeah. But it was the game was lost really for Lucknow in that power play. There were 3 for 29 by the time that KL Rahul went out. And the thing with Lucknow is they are doing well. They're sitting pretty in toward the top of the table. However, they rely on KL Rahul's runs because he's been again doing KL Rahul things, scoring lots this tournament. But he failed. Quinton de Kock also failed, and Ayush Badoni, who's been like their Indian talent, who's done really well, also failed. So I think the issue is that when those three haven't scored runs, they've struggled, and that's happened again today. Like Deepak Hooda, he's scored a lot of runs this tournament. He's tried to get them out of trouble so many times, and for him to score 59 for 39, he played really well. He really did. Krunal Pandya tried to stay with him, and so did Marcus Stoinis. But in the end, like we said, it was too many runs in the end, and they got very close because they were gifted loads of wides by the Rajasthan bowlers, especially Obed McCoy. Quite a few wides, but Trent Bolt, he was awesome. He deserved the man of the match award for his batting and his bowling, and it was too much in the end for Rajasthan. But James, I know you're a fan of Trent Bolt. What did you make of him?
I just want to point out his wicket of Ayush Badoni. It was a first ball duck for Badoni. But it was a classic Trent Bolt wicket, just like that really nasty Yorker that he can bowl and just traps him LBW plumb. And it's that in swing that he gets is so good, and it's why he's been brilliant for the past few seasons, past few years. And then like a brilliant catch from Jimmy Neesham to get Quinton de Kock out, but he just takes the winds out the sails of an attack straight up. And once again, we see the importance of power play wickets. We also see the importance of the spin twins of Ravi Ashwin and Yuzvendra Chahal. This time it was Ashwin that did the heavy lifting. They seem to take it in turns, which is good because they are absolutely class. And they always seem to pick up wickets. Ravi Ashwin bowled very tight. And an amazing catch like between Joss Butler and Rayan Parag. Nice bit of link up there, which we love to see. It's quality IPL. You almost don't. I've got to this point where I kind of take it for granted with amazing fielding in the IPL because like everybody just seems to be able to do these sort of like assisted catches and throw it up, jump back over the rope and catch it again, all that sort of stuff. It's sort of like it's expected now. If you can't do it, you village. Yeah. So, that's sort of where we're at. But Delhi and Punjab, who are going to be playing each other soon, they have got a game in hand against RCB, and either one of them, if they win, will go above RCB in the table.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah, should we go ahead and predict that now? Because I think that that game isn't really going to tell us a lot other than who is more likely to go through out of Delhi and Punjab. Because if Delhi wins, then they have a better chance, and Punjab probably won't make it. But if Punjab win, then they have a better chance, and Delhi probably won't make it. But my money is on Punjab Kings. I think the way they beat Royal Challengers Bangalore in their last game was quite convincing. And I think they have a better squad overall than Delhi. So you'll be glad to hear this, James. But my money's on on Punjab Kings, sorry. And however, I think you'll want Benj to vote for Delhi Capitals.
Yeah, I'm itching for Benji to.
You know what? I'm going to go with Punjab. I think they're just going to edge it. You've got an informed Bairstow who is looking good now. Rajapaksa needs a good knock. I think he should come back into his form. Agarwal seems to have now learned how to be a captain properly. So yeah, I'm going to go with Punjab. And interestingly, another wrong prediction this season was I predicted Lucknow to finish 5th. And that doesn't look like it's going to happen because I think they've comfortably got a top 4 spot.
Yeah.
But there you go. It's going to be one of Punjab and Delhi.
Punjab, aren't I? I'm always going to predict Punjab. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Things are getting interesting. Do we have any cricket nerds questions?
We've got a small one, a small cricket nerds question. We're not really got a cricket nerds question, but we've got a small one from Rick and Patel, who says, didn't they add a new rule this year that if umpires feel fielding captains are not on pace to finish innings off in time, then they can apply one fielder less outside the circle? Now, I don't know about you, but that was a forgotten rule for me. I completely forgot, and I read out those rules a long time ago. I don't think it's been applied this tournament. Has any of you seen that?
Should have been.
There aren't any examples of it.
This is an application of my complaint from yesterday. I think Rick Patel actually time-stamped my rage about how long all the IPL games are taking. And I think it was as the end of that he'd flagged it. I think it's a rule, but I don't think it's been applied once. And my point was there should be a cut-off time. So actually it should say, right, 2 hours of your innings, cut-off time now. Like they need fining or something just to speed the game because it's just going on for too long.
Yeah.
So it looks like it hasn't been applied. There is a comment of the day, boys.
Oh, go on.
Comment of the day comes from Shavnash Agarwal, who says, "Hi, you guys are amazing."
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks.
You're amazing, Shavnash.
You're amazing. And an honorary mention to LT, who says, "Loving CNQ."
We all are. It's great.
It's our favourite segment. Yeah. So leave your cricket nerds questions below. Ask us anything that's related to cricket, preferably, but we'll answer all sorts of things. I think that's it for today. There's nothing else to talk about. We predicted tomorrow. We predicted our tables. At some point next week, we'll do a prediction of top 4, I'm sure. But until then, we're going to leave you. Like and subscribe. Thanks for listening on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Anchor FM, Spotify. If you have social media at Cricket Nerds Pod for all that good stuff. Anything else from you, boys?
Absolutely nothing, mate. Come on, Punjab.
So there we go. We'll see you tomorrow.